BeatStars recently did an update of their BeatStars Studio. It's pretty different from the old version, so today I'm going to show you how to properly upload a beat to BeatStars. Let's go. All right, so here we are, we're on BeatStars, and as you can see, things have changed a little bit. There used to be a section right up here next to AI models and musicians. It used to say My Media, and that's where I've done tutorials in the past, and you know, most people are familiar with that, where you would go to like My Tracks, your license agreements, your sales, stuff like that. So that has now moved. And so what you're going to see is you have to go over here to these dots. So on the left, you can see BeatStars Studio, and then on the right, it says Creators Rights Agency. So what we're going to want is BeatStars Studio, which is on the left. And if you click on that, it's going to take you to the dashboard, which is going to show you, your latest sales. It's going to show you notifications, recent messages. You can also customize it, which is cool. You can like move stuff around. Now also on the left, they have like promote, discounts, opportunities. This is all the stuff that used to be at the top under My Media. And also it has like all the pro page, content ID. So it all is in one place now, which is pretty cool. But so say we're trying to upload a beat. So what you would want to do is go to My Content and then click Tracks. So then now this is like how if you would press Tracks before under My Media, it's going to show you all your tracks. You can also reorder them under like future releases. Also, you have your drafts and then all your published beats. But before we get into uploading a beat, I want to show you one thing real quick, which is the track preferences, which is new. Before you start using the new BeatStars Studio, you're going to want to set this up first. So click here, and this is going to show you all your metadata. There's voice tags, which you can add your pricing settings and content ID stuff. So before, BeatStars had the ability where you could add kind of like upload defaults, where it would be like your upload default of a genre, but now there's more settings and things that you can add. So in the past, you can only add one genre, which was kind of limiting. Now you can add 3 genres, which is pretty cool. So you go in here, I already had these selected, but let me click these off so it could show you what there is. And they also have more genres. So like specifically for me, I was pretty excited. They added acoustic, which is pretty cool. There's like alternative hip hop, R&B, alternative rock. So there's a lot more subgenres, which is really cool if you're doing kind of really niche-y type of beats. Now you get to choose 3 of them, which is very cool. The other thing, like I said, is you can add tags. So I'd recommend if there's just 3 tags you're normally doing, just add it to here. So for me, I'm going to do guitar type beat, acoustic type beat, and then acoustic guitar, no drums. So every time I'm uploading a beat, these 3 tags are just going to auto-populate. The other thing you can do now too is you can do 3 different moods instead of 2. So that's pretty cool as well. Like for me, I chose lonely, loved, sad. Under that is instruments, which I think is pretty cool. If there's an artist that's looking for a beat with a specific type of instrument, now they can search for that. So for me, I selected acoustic guitar and electric guitar. It's just giving more options for you to correctly identify the type of beats you're making so that artists could find you a lot easier. Under that, we have description, which I already kind of talked about. I just have mine set to like guitar type beat. And then under that, we have track release, which is just saying to standard, do you want it to be set to like tomorrow, 1 week from now, immediately? So you have some different options here. I think before it was just like auto the next day. So I'm going to save those. Let's go to the next section, which is voice tags. They already had a place for voice tags before, but it was in a completely different section of the My Media. So this is going to be the place where you want to put, if you have a tag, or for instance, like for me, I have the purchase your tracks today. That'll just like play, I think a couple times maybe throughout the beat. And then you can also add a couple different ones, which is kind of cool as well. So if you wanted to just have some different options. Moving on from this, we have pricing. Also here is where if you want to do free downloads, you can turn that on. So for me, I have it free tagged MP3 download, and that's turned on. And if you wanted to mess with your contracts or your license agreements, you can click here. So it'll take you here, and then you can update these contracts and customize them and do whatever you want. They also have a new section here, which is for content ID and more, which is really cool because in the past, you couldn't use BeatStars for doing content ID for your beats. You'd have to use like Airbit, or I use Identify, or there's lots of different other sites, which is to claim people's videos that are using your beats, free for nonprofit. So basically they can't be monetizing it. So you're going to be monetizing their videos and you get that revenue, which is really cool. I'm not going to do this now because it's a little bit in depth, but just know that if that's something that you want to do, you can just press enable content ID and more. You can set it all up, put your YouTube channel so it knows like where to be pulling the information from. And it's really cool. Also in this section, they have the ability for you to now start monetizing on TikTok, I believe Instagram Reels, and a bunch of other different social media sites. So this is really cool. All right, now we got the track preferences out of the way. Let's actually upload a beat. I'm gonna go back here to tracks, add track. So right up here, you have the untagged track. So let me put a random beat in here. And then under that, they have the tag track section. So if you click here, this is where you're gonna wanna upload your version with your producer tag or any other tag that you'd like. So I'm gonna put it here. In mine, I just have a producer tag at the very beginning. beginning of the beat. And this is the thing that an artist, if they download the free beat through my pro page, this is what they get. And then here to the right of that is your track stems. It helps it if an artist wants to have a mix engineer who's then gonna mix their song a little bit more professionally. Always helps to have track stems. And then moving on here, we have the title, which is kind of self-explanatory. And then this is that description. This is that upload default I was talking about. So this already is set here. So right now I'm just gonna change it so it just says acoustic guitar type beat. And then you can add artwork. Right? And then next down here, you have the track type. So you can choose between beat, beat with hook, top line, or vocal. In this case, it's a beat, so I'm gonna select that. And then we have visibility public, and then the release date. So you can go and then choose. So that's why I always recommend to people, you can schedule beats out ahead of time. If you're already pre-making beats, why not? Schedule it out, a week or 2 weeks in advance. So for instance, if I wanted to do this on Monday at, 2:30, it would be 14:30. And then also down here, it is the selling preferences. So you can just include that in the bulk discounts. I have that selected. And then once you got that all taken care of, you can press next, and it's going to take you to the metadata section, which this is kind of what we already were getting going with the preferences in the very beginning, but this is where it's going to be your tags, it's going to be the genre, key, BPM, stuff like that. So there is now a selection where you can press autofill metadata. So it says fill in your metadata information automatically based upon the uploaded audio file. I'm not exactly sure how this works, so let's try it. The fields below will automatically be cleared. So it's gonna, let's see. If you don't want to, do this all manually, you can just press that and it's gonna update all of this. I've never used that before. This is the first time, and I think that's pretty cool. I'm just gonna go back to what I had it before. So then we got moods, which I'm going to put in dark, and then sad, and you can add 5 moods now, which is pretty cool. So let's see what else they got. Gloomy, lonely, and where's the other one? Loved. Those are usually kind of the moods that I find people are writing about. And then now, if you had a collaborator, say you did a collab on this beat, this is where you would add that. So you go here, collaborator, say you were doing it, let me just put in my homie IOF. So I'm gonna put 50% in there. Same thing for publishing, it's just gonna be splitting that. So I'm gonna put 50% there. And then now, the really cool thing is, say you're using the Content ID in more software, you can also split the revenue that comes from that. So, which I don't believe any other company can do this as well. I know for Identify, which I normally use, you definitely can't do this. This is really cool. So I can put in 50% there. So any revenue that's made from that beat getting monetized, 50% is gonna be sent to IOF. So I'm gonna press next. And then this is where it's showing you if you wanna, mess with any of the license types. Like for instance, if there's a song what you don't wanna have the unlimited license for, you can unselect that, stuff like that. But for the most part, I usually just keep everything selected how it is. All right, and then moving along here, there's this other cool feature now where basically anytime you have the free download option enabled, all of your beats are also going to be put on Veloco, which is another software that I think BeatStars has a partnership with, which is for artists to be able to record to your beats. And it's like a BandLab kind of a software where they can record songs to it, which is pretty cool. So it's helping your beats get more exposure. And then before you publish the track, you can just press review submission, which is going to show you basically everything that someone on your pro page is going to see. You have all the information in the splits for your collaborators, which is cool. You have the monetization stuff for all your license agreements. And if you wanted to change any of this, you could just press like edit, and then you can change it here before it gets uploaded. But I'm happy with all this, so I'm gonna exit out of this, and then I'm gonna press publish track. And then right here, you just get the link, so you can copy that and put that in your YouTube description for your type beat video, or if you're sending these links out to artists because you're like trying to show them the new beats that you're working on, you get that easy link right here. And that's it. That's how you upload a beat on the new BeatStars Studio. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you're looking for help on how to grow your type beat channel, I created a free type beat cheat sheet with proven strategies to grow your channel quickly on YouTube. If you want to go grab that, it'll be in the first link in the description below. Thanks for watching. Peace.